Good afternoon, Monarchs. I'm your host, Emma Dehner, with this week's episode of Chalk Talk. I'd like to thank Allied Realty Group for sponsoring this segment. The last 2 weeks have been very exciting for the John Marshall football team. In the first game of the season, the Monarchs won against Marietta with a score of 23-21. Then, just last week, the Monarchs traveled to Weir, where they beat the Red Riders with a score of 42-12. Now, let's welcome back Coach Cisar. Coach, I just want to start this off by saying congratulations. Your team has won its first 2 games of the season. How are you feeling?
Well, first of all, Emma, thanks for having me on the show. You guys do an outstanding job. Of course, we're absolutely pumped. 2-0. 2-0, since the first time since 2018 to start the season out. It's a great confidence builder for us. Our kids are excited about it. It's a good start to the season. Hopefully things continue on. But, we're where we need to be, 2-0.
The John Marshall football team won its season opener, something it hasn't done since 2018. How did this set the tone for the season? Well,
it's huge. Yeah, to start out 1-0, instead of 0-1, probably a big turning point for us this year to get off on the right foot, and that leads into week 2. Then obviously, if you play well week 2, that leads into week 3, which is where we're at right now. So 2-0 going into week 3. Week 1 obviously set the tone, and to win it the way we did. And we struggled a little bit on offense, struggled a little bit on defense, but at the same time, anytime you can get a W, that's what you want to do as a team.
Reed Hamrick kicked the winning field goal with seconds left in that first game. Can you talk about the decision to kick the field goal instead of going for the first down?
Well, there was only 9 seconds left, and it was a 4th down play, so we had no timeouts. So the decision was easy on my part. We kick it. There's about a 50-50 chance, he makes it or he misses it. And he's a pretty good kicker, so 34 yards is definitely inside his range. And he did exactly what we thought he could do. He hooked right through there. Huge, exciting game for us, to have an opportunity to win at the end of the game like that. That's almost like watching a college football game or NFL game. It comes down to the kicker, and that's exactly what it came down to, and he did his job.
The last time the Monarchs had such a huge victory, like last week's game against the Red Riders, was in 2021 against Weir as well. How does that impact you and your players?
Oh, it's the confidence thing. You're going into the game. They struggled week 1. We knew if we could get off to a good start, we would be in pretty good shape. But they played us awful hard. I mean, it was a battle. It was only 21-6 at halftime. But it's a huge, like you said, the confidence going into this week, just from last week and from week 1. It's a carryover each week. So hopefully we can continue that going into this week. This is going to be an absolute battle versus Bellaire. They have very good athletes. Quarterback's good. They have some good receivers and a lot of scrappy, tough kids on defense. So should be a very good game.
What can we expect to see from both your team and the Bellaire Big Reds in tonight's game at Monarch Stadium?
Well, they're going to pass the ball a good bit. The quarterback throws the ball really well, but they also can run the ball. So we need to, be good on both sides of the ball. Offensively, we need to do what we did last week, move the chains, make big plays when we need to make big plays. Defensively, we need to get off the field. Last week we didn't do such a good job of that. We didn't break, but we need to get off the field, on 3rd and longs and not make stupid mistakes like we had last week a few times.
Thanks for joining me today, Coach.
Thank you very much for having me.
Tonight, the Monarchs will play against Bellaire at Monarch Stadium at 7 p.m. The next episode of Chalk Talk will air on Friday, October 17th, when the Monarchs host Brooke for the 2025 homecoming game. Reporting from the studio, I'm your host, Emma Dehner, for WJMH Sports. Thanks for watching this episode of Chalk Talk, sponsored by Allied Realty Groups.